Let's take a look at Thursday night football as we've already tackled Monday night. It's the Bills coming off Josh Allen scoring. I don't know. Was it like 15 touchdowns he had against Tampa yesterday? I can't remember. He's still scoring touchdowns. They're favored by 3.5 in Houston. Again, this one Thursday night, it's a 44.5 point total. Danny Brasco, I'm going to start with you. Do you have an angle on this one early?
I'm speculating that CJ Stroud is not going to play this game. I don't think he'll be able to clear concussion protocol. And if we get Davis Mills, the spread is only going to get wider. So I think maybe the Bills are worth a shot now. They just got their juice back finally. You mentioned Josh Allen's historic game. I mean, that offense is maybe just ready to roll downhill. And as good as the Texans defense has been, I don't think they'll be able to win this game by themselves if Stroud is sidelined again. So give me the Bills.
Mike, it's hard to resist the call of the 3.5. What's your take here?
Yeah, I would definitely play the 3.5 now. I think even with Stroud in, it settles at 4.5 and could approach a touchdown if it's Mills. So when I look at the Bills here, I think that they, again, have everything that it takes offensively. I think they're locked in right now, and I think it helps playing on the shorter week. I think the Texans be a little deflated here without their quarterback.
Larry, the total here is 44.5, which is interesting because as we talk about on this show a lot, anytime you get over 44, we're looking at some key numbers there. You like the under here?
Yeah, it's plunging as we speak, see, and if you can find a 44, definitely grab that before it is gone because, yeah, CJ Stroud may not be back, and the Texans allow the fewest points in the league. They're 6-3-1 to the under. They play a lot of low-scoring games, and this Bills defense got some key guys back, talking about Daquan Jones and Christian Benford and Teron Johnson, so they have gotten a little bit healthier on defense. And, guys, we've seen some of these Thursday night games, 10-7 comes to mind, stay under the total.
Yeah, I haven't checked if Woody Marks props have populated. I actually missed a Woody Marks prop last week. He got a ton of volume, but was not very efficient. Against this Bills defense at home, I expect Woody Marks to have a bounce-back game from an efficiency standpoint, especially if he gets the volume he'll get there. So I'm just going to throw that out there for everybody. All right, how about a Week 12 side that y'all are willing to bet right now? Larry Hartstein, I'll start with you.
I'll take a full field goal with Mason Rudolph and the Steelers going to Chicago, and I hope it's Mason Rudolph for this bet because I like the way he played yesterday. 12 out of 16, 127 yards, a touchdown, no mistakes. Aaron Rodgers dealing with a fracture in his non-throwing wrist, so that can affect how he grips the ball. And the Chicago Bears, credit to them being 7-3, credit to Ben Johnson. They're plus 29 in turnover differential. I mean, they are living on the edge right now. Averaged 4.4 yards per play in that win over Minnesota. They get the big kick return. They're making the winning play at the end. All credit to them, but I would love to grab a field goal with Pittsburgh.
I mean, anytime you face JJ McCarthy, did you watch that game yesterday, Larry? I mean, I've never seen such a poor performance this season. It was pathetic. It was worse than the stat sheet looks like. Danny Brasco, I mentioned a side or total you want to bet. Or I mentioned a side, but you have a total you want to bet.
And I'm looking at that Vikings win total 3-unit play I had at the beginning of the season, licking my chops. But looking at a total for next week, I mean, I'm licking my chops at Shedeur Sanders potentially starting for the Browns. Dylan Gabriel in concussion protocol. Did you see how he played? I know it's the Ravens, but hey, their defense hasn't been all good this year. And man, I don't know how he's going to fare against any defense in the NFL. So if he gets the start, I want the under. It's at 37.5 right now, but this game is going to feature a Raiders offense that we don't believe in at all either right now. So give me the under.
Mike, there's some people not believing in the Kansas City Chiefs right now that they're 5-5 and not necessarily a shoe-in to make the playoffs, even though we talked about it at the beginning of the show. They're minus 220 still to make the playoffs. Either way, Mike, it's must-win mode for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, must-win mode. Looking to avoid dropping that third loss in a row, which is kind of unprecedented for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Particularly love the fact that it's a home game, though. When you talk about how dominant this team has been at home at Arrowhead Stadium, and then the Indianapolis Colts. I've talked about it a little bit, wanting to start to fade them a little bit down the stretch. They played the majority of their games in a dome in a controlled environment this season, have struggled a little bit when they've gotten outdoors. I think that Daniel Jones continues to look a little more human. It was an impressive run that he had to start the season, but I think it's absolute must-win time here. And the fact is, I think this number should be 4 or 4.5. That 4 becomes extremely key. So I would play Kansas City at 3.5 now. I do not think the market pushes this to 3. If you want to wait it out, go for it. But I think it's more likely that you see Kansas City being backed as we get closer to Sunday.